Hey everyone, welcome to How Ines Rolls. I'm in the kitchen today getting ready to make a yummy dessert because we are having a yummy lunch, so we're gonna need something afterwards, right? So let's get started. Today I'm making cheesecake brownies. Doesn't that sound so good? Now it is a recipe that I will link below, but it has a lot of steps, you guys. Like, it has a lot of ingredients, so I want to make sure I do it completely correctly, right? And follow, and then give you an honest review. But I also wanted to thank my friend Amy Miles for pointing out what I could put in this crock pot, which is just 3 ingredients: pork, a packet of onion soup mix, and some Dr. Pepper. Can't wait to try it. Plus, we are having here some roasted broccoli with Parmesan on it and lemon juice. So I have to put that on right now. It just came out, and then we're just waiting for some baked potatoes, which will be in the next few minutes. But after that, after we eat, I will get started on this dessert. So it's been a few hours. We've relaxed. We went to visit Grandpa, and now it is time to make this dessert. So the cheesecake brownies starts off with spraying an 8x8 pan and then putting some parchment paper on it. Give it a good spray. And we want some overhang. Like so, like that. Ezra's probably shaking his head at me. Anyways, so we're gonna put this to the side. And now we're going to work on melting down some chocolate chips with some butter. So I just put in 6 tablespoons into this dish. And I'm going to put in a whole bag of the semi-sweet chocolate chips. And we're just gonna get those into the microwave and melt them together. Pretty easy so far, wouldn't you think? So I'm just giggling because Ezra's right behind me. So you can see it only takes about a minute at 30-second intervals to get this nice, like, smooth and creamy chocolate. So we're gonna add to that 3/4 of a cup of sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla. Here's my vanilla, and I need to get another one. I have to get it ready for the fall. You guys, do you do a lot more baking when it's colder outside? I totally do. And I like to do a little bit of an extra, little splash extra. So we're just gonna blend this, or just mix it. You don't even need a blender, or a mixer. And we're just gonna get that nice and blended in, mixed in well. And then we're gonna start adding some eggs, you guys. But let me in a minute, I'll tell you about the eggs. Okay, so we are gonna be putting in these eggs. Now they are room temperature. So the cream cheese is at room temperature, the eggs are at room temperature, and I even had the butter sitting out with them as well, just to make it so much easier to blend everything. So we're gonna crack one at a time, and then mix, crack another one, mix, and then do the same with the third one. I love how we don't have to get the hand mixer for this, but you will need it for the cream cheese portion. Okay, we're almost done. Ta-da! You can see it almost looks like brownie or a brownie mixture already. So to this, we're gonna start adding our dry ingredients. So let me put this aside and start getting out. We're gonna need some flour, and we're gonna need some unsweetened cocoa, some salt, some cornstarch. Oh, you know what? I don't think I need flour. Even better. You guys, with this being with no flour, this is a gluten-free brownie mix. And Paul sent this to me. Paul, did you know that this was gluten-free?
I did not.
Wow. Okay, so let me go get the dry ingredients. So yes, after looking at the recipe, there is no flour in this. So the only thing that's in here is going to be cornstarch, which is gluten-free approved, so to say. So I am putting a third of a cup of the cornstarch, and then I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of the cocoa. Let me get another little spoon. Oh, I have one right here. And just mixing it in. And this is what we're going to add to that wet mixture. Now I'm just doing the recipe as it says, just to show you that it's not hard at all, and hopefully it will be extra delicious. But so far so good. This is very reminiscent, I mean, aside from the lack of flour, of my own brownie recipe. Okay, so we're gonna start adding this a little bit and mixing it in. Maybe I'll do about half. Give it a little mix. Now let's bring you closer. All right, so I'm gonna give you a nice little aerial view of the other half going in. So cornstarch is a little bit tricky sometimes to work with working in like gravies and sauces. It's always super good to mix it ahead of time with equal parts. So a tablespoon of cornstarch, a tablespoon of water, and mix that in, and then add it to your dish if you're making like a gravy or something. So you guys, doesn't that look great? It's like mostly done, but this is going to be kicked up a notch, so to say, and we're going to even add some chocolate chips. So the recipe called for minis. I'm just gonna do regulars, and I'm also gonna do milk chocolate because just that's what I had. So it's needing about a cup full, but I think you can kind of eyeball that however you would like. Oh yes, this is looking super good. So now we're just going to pour about 2/3 of this batter into the 8x8. So let me get that going as well. And I love these little jar bowls or whatever that have a pourable spout. That's awesome. I'm gonna put that rest aside, and I'm gonna work on the cream cheese portion. Now I just kind of eyeballed that this was about a 2/3. Let me see, I might be able to get a little bit more. But you know what, I'll just leave the rest. It'll all be cooked in together. All right, let's work on some cream cheese now. All right, so now we're getting ready for the cream cheese portion. I have my hand mixer here and room temperature cream cheese. So if your cream cheese still has a little bit of a chill, you're gonna wanna make sure it's pretty much room temperature. So sometimes I like to put it into the oven, just kind of watch it, maybe for like a minute, you know, like while you're kind of doing the heat up for the oven, just kind of place it in there, watch it for like 30 seconds or a minute, and then kind of feel it. Make sure you use hot pot holders because you may get burned, or just be careful. Or you could always use your microwave. There is a setting for cream cheese too. So sometimes I forget about the microwave portion. But I put this on the counter, so I planned ahead. So what we're gonna do right now is just beat it a little bit. We're just trying to get that loosened up because we're gonna be adding some more things to it. So it's gonna make it delicious. So let's do that. That didn't take long at all. So what we're gonna do now is just add in some sugar, half a cup, and then we're also going to add in a room temperature egg. So we don't want to add a cold egg to this mixture, and I've had this happen multiple times where I've had room temperature cool, you know, the room temperature cream cheese, and then I add a cold egg, and I'm like, what's going on with my mixture? It's like beating up or something. So could it be in the egg? Let's blend this. Oh, sounds like my oven is ready. Just making sure I'm getting all of those chunks of cream cheese in, and then I'm gonna bring you closer. Almost forgot, we have to add in the vanilla. I knew I was forgetting something. All right. Then we get to add it to the brownies. Now I'll bring you closer. All right, it is time to combine. So I'm just going to spoon this over, and then I'm going to use a spatula to spread it as evenly as possible. So gets all of that area covered. But you guys, doesn't this look so good already? I know I'm kind of covering it up, but hello. Let me know in the comments if you're a fan of cheesecake and what your favorite cheesecake is that you get often. We don't go to the Cheesecake Factory that much, but whenever I did, I loved getting it was called Chris's Outrageous, and it did have a brownie bottom. It was kind of like a German chocolate cheesecake, but of course it's not on the menu anymore. And so another thing that I liked at the at the Cheesecake Factory was limoncello cake. If you've ever had limoncello cake at the Cheesecake Factory, comment below, because I just need to know if other people have had it. It is so good, but I don't even think it's on their menu anymore either, you guys. So I'm gonna have to figure out a new favorite. Oh goodness. I like being able to go to a restaurant and get what I like and know that it's gonna be good. Not to say that all the other ones aren't good. I'm sure they're delicious. I just want to be able to find what I like. Okay, this parchment paper right here is making me a little bit worried. I think it'll be okay. All right, so now we're going to spoon in the rest of this brownie. Now there's not a lot, so I'm gonna try to dollop it, not in heavy dollops, so that way I can get it all over. And then I'm going to spread it around. Oh yeah, this smells so good. It's like, it has a really good dark chocolatey smell, but there is milk chocolate chips in here too. So, you know, that might be something that if you just making brownies from scratch, you always put in the cocoa, and that is dark chocolate. But you can, you know, offset it with, of course, milk chocolate chips. Okay, you guys, this is looking so good. Okay, I'm just gonna spread this around and then we'll get it into the oven. Wow, look at this. So we're gonna get it into the oven right now at 350 for about 30 minutes, and then we're gonna start doing the toothpick test. So that'll give me enough time to clean up my mess. There'll be a good payoff at the end, hopefully. Okay, I just pulled this out. It like got really puffy, which is really cool, but it took like 55 minutes. It says it might take 30 to 35. So I'm wondering if it's because I have brownie was a little thicker than in the picture. So it was kind of more swirly with the cream cheese, but I don't know, I think it should be okay. So definitely the toothpick trick is what you're going for. You want it to be moist when it comes out with just a couple of, or you know, a little bit of crumbs on it, not like where it's just completely liquid, right? Okay, so now we have to wait for this to cool. I've already been waiting for so long and I'm ready, so I'm gonna put it in the fridge. Speed up this process. So I put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes, and about every 5 minutes Ezra asks if it's ready. So it is still a little warm, but we are going to try it. Oh, taking off the parchment. All right, Ezzy, you want some?
Yes.
I don't think he wants any.
I do, trust me.
Okay, I'm just cutting this right now to give you some, but I'm gonna put it back in the fridge. Because look at it, it's breaking apart. Oh yeah, look at that. Ooey gooey.
Ooey gooey.
Here you go, sweetie. He's going in. Is it hot? Ooey gooey, huh? Hot still, huh? A little hot. Sorry. Here, I'm gonna get a little piece. It's good though. Oh wow, look at that. I know it's all crumbly and stuff, but you guys, so good. So good.
So good.
It's only gonna get better as it cools. Wow. So I will link this recipe below. Remember, it is considered gluten-free. I didn't realize that when I started the video or started with this recipe. Paul actually sent it to me, and it has cornstarch, no flour. So I dare even say it's practically healthy. Okay, maybe I will say it. You guys, thanks so much for stopping by the channel. Give this video a thumbs up and let me know if you think you will try this yummy recipe. It is so good, but I am gonna put it back in the fridge now to let it completely cool. So have a wonderful evening, everyone, and stick around, rollers. You just never know what I'll be rolling out next. Bye, everyone.